Caden, say hi. Hello.
I don't want to get...
Okay. So hopefully I can get part 2 out before he has his next meltdown. We attempted to go on a little date, but the weather did not allow it, but that's Florida. Okay, so where I left off with basically how our son was taken from us and almost placed up for adoption was my ex-husband supervising us while we were in the hospital visiting Caden. So that worked out really well for us, as good could be in that situation, because my ex-husband owns a mortgage company, so he could just bring his computer, sit in the room and do his work, which was great until he would have to use the restroom and we have to leave the room and stand in the hall, and like humiliation. Okay, so we added a second person, which was my mom, to come and help us like do the visit so we could get a lot more time than just using one person. That was great. However, while I'm in kind of a trance, just hoping my son is going to live, paying attention to really nothing that's going on, my mom came in like nuts.
More fishies?
You want more fishies? You got it. Sorry, he needed more fishies. Okay, so my mom came in like asking all of the nitty-gritty questions. Why can't my daughter sleep in the hospital with her son? And blah, 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 blah. All the things that we should have been asking, but, you know, we were just so emotionally drained and really just worried about the medical aspect with Caden. So while she's asking those questions, the detective, one of the SVU detectives, calls the hospital and tells my mom she cannot be asking doctors these questions. And it was a very odd day. We all decided to leave that night and go to the hotel and take a break because it was just a very off day at the hospital. And Caden was stable. He was critical, but he was stable. So, and we were literally in the parking lot, the hotel was. So we leave and we get a phone call from the young girl, initially the one that had told us he had a skull fracture. So she tells us, hey guys, we're sorry, no more visits at all. Not with your mom, not with your ex-husband, no one. So I'm like, okay, so how do I see my kid? And she goes, well, you have to wait until your shelter hearing. We're going to have it in 2 days. Well, I don't know what shelter hearing. I don't know any of this. So I Google it, come to find out it's like to find out whether we can see him at all, so on and so forth. So during the shelter hearing, the judge reads the paperwork that she gets from the department, CPS. So what it reads off is that he has a skull fracture, he has retinal bleeding, and a possible broken arm. So we already know he does not have a skull fracture. Prior to the hearing, my husband had a private attorney. I had a public defender who she ended up getting arrested, and like she didn't make it through our case at all. But anyway, so my husband's private attorney is like, Your Honor, that's incorrect. You know, we have medical evidence. The kid never had a skull fracture at all. And the judge said, it doesn't matter to me. I am reading what CPS gave me, and I am sheltering these parents based on this paperwork. And then she goes down a list, a line of people, which one was the guardian ad litem attorney, one is the attorney for the state, one is someone else, and someone else, I don't know. All of them said, we want expedited TPR. We are not offering a parenting plan. However, until the parents are TPR'd, we will allow them to visit their son in the hospital with DCF supervision from our county. So this is Palm Beach County. The hospital my son is at is in Dade County. So 3 days a week, we had to wait for somebody from the department to drive 2 hours to Miami so we could sit there for 2 hours and stare at them the entire time we're holding our son, and they take notes while they're looking at us. It was unreal. So I start asking medical staff questions during these visits, and I'm being told by like the caseworker who's babysitting us, don't ask these questions. It's not a good look. You need to just be focused on your son. Well, I want to know why in the court hearing am I being sheltered for a possible broken arm and a skull fracture, and both are inaccurate. So it is confirmed. So when we actually called the detective and said, hey, we can't get any medical answers. What is up with Caden having a broken arm? And he said, oh, well, he does not have a broken arm, but if he did, it happened on the same day he had the seizure. What? Like, what does that even mean? So at this point, I understood, okay, we're being shafted. This is out of control, and it's time for me to like get in the groove. Caden's gonna be fine. He's in good hands. I need to figure out what's going on. So I immediately took all of the DCF schooling. It was like 99 hours I did. I spent all day, all night researching, figuring out what is going on and how I'm going to beat these people, because there's just no way. So we go to another meeting, and this meeting was just out of control. We sit in a room and they go, well, you need to get 5 yeses to get a parenting plan from us so we could consider reunification. So we get 4 yeses, which was stable housing, drug screening, income, stuff like that. We get all the yeses. Then we get a no because it said cause of injuries. We get a no because it was unknown. His seizures were unknown. We do not know why he had them. Therefore, they would like expedited TPR. We spent an entire year going back and forth fighting for our kid because we don't know why a 29-week gestation baby had seizures. So we went into the point where Caden was getting released from the ICU. And obviously it was a concern. So where is he going to go? He went to a medically capable foster home. The lady was amazing. Being in the situation that we were in, I would not have had him go to anyone else. She was so accommodating. She gave us a lot of information that she was not allowed to give us. And she also told us, Mom and Dad, you guys need to fight. Trust me. So, unfortunately, the lady had about 9 medically needy children in her foster care. Well, Caden is a 2-month-old baby who's having seizures. He needs your undivided attention. He was being breastfed, but unfortunately with our visit schedule, that failed. So we did a change of placement hearing and had Caden placed with my ex-husband. And believe me, they fought us, but we came so strong that he did get the change of placement. So mine and my husband's son was living with my ex-husband, where we then started doing the visits at his house. So that was exciting. But anyway, so we start going to court a lot. The people we are in court with, I'm going to say, I do not blame the department, because those people needed to go to court. It was really odd. But the thing is these people are all getting parenting plans, and the judge is begging these people to not surrender their rights to their kids. Meanwhile, my husband and I, we're expedited TPR. No options, like 0. We are not getting our kid. There is no possibility for reunification at all. So we had to think outside of the box. And one day, against my husband's attorney's judgment, he went to the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office. He walked in and said, I need to do a lie detector test. I need to start moving things. So he goes in, and they basically told him, like, dude, this lie detector test, like, we really, really, really believe it. So if you are not sure, you want to call your lawyer. He said, no, I want my kid. I need to, like, let's do this. So my husband takes the lie detector test, which they then made him take again because he passed both times. Oh, looks like I need a part 3.